As I scrolled through the internet, a post caught my eye. The user was asking for help. My dad won't let me go to college. He's already decided to marry me off. What should I do? The comments section was a whirlwind of opinions. Some guessed it was a clickbait post, others offered advice, and many provided emotional support and encouragement. But the moment I saw that post, it was like a lightning bolt hit me. I froze for a long time. I realized this was an opportunity for us. Girls, the full story is complete. Feel free to read. Read a message. Gloomy Sweet Potato reminds you, the main story begins now. It was August, the time when college acceptance letters were being sent out. Social media was flooded with content from current and future college students about campus life. All of that had nothing to do with me anymore, until I saw that post on my social media homepage. My dad won't let me go to college. He's already decided to marry me off. What should I do? The post detailed the situation. The user had been accepted into a decent 4-year university, while her younger brother, close in age, had only gotten into a community college. However, their region had a strong preference for sons, so her family decided to marry her off and use the dowry money to pay for her brother's education. At first, her father tried to discuss it with her, but when she wouldn't budge, he decided to marry her off against her will. They were already looking for suitable marriage candidates for her. Not suitable for her, but suitable for the dowry money. The comments section was buzzing, even becoming a heated debate. This is clickbait, right? Sister, talk to your parents properly. Tell them the benefits of college for them, like higher salaries, so you can support them better. They should agree, right? Didn't you see? Her brother needs to go to college. Her family needs money urgently. By the time she works, it'll be too late. Her family definitely won't fall for that. Listen to me, sister, don't believe them. Just run. Honey, are you worried about money? Send us your Venmo. We can at least get you bus fare. Exactly. We can each chip in a few dollars. So many kind sisters will definitely raise enough. Can the comments section use some common sense? What if this is a scam post? No, it can't be illegal fundraising. The user also responded to some comments. I haven't decided if I can leave yet because my acceptance letter hasn't arrived. It's not a scam. I can show you ID proof. I don't need anyone's money right now, but thank you for your kindness, sisters. More and more people in the comments started offering solutions, and I began to brainstorm some ideas too. Don't wait for the acceptance letter. You can go through a special channel at the school. Sister, put your important documents away first so your parents don't take them. Let's create a group chat. We can start collecting money. Even if you don't need it, we can be prepared. Waiting for the group. Please add me. The comments section gradually became more organized and harmonious, and I joined the group they'd created. The user was still online and joined the group at the same time. She immediately thanked everyone. Thank you all for your kindness. I'm really scared, but thankfully everyone has been encouraging me. I don't need money right now. I have some saved, and I'm going to see if it's enough first. The sisters in the group were still warm-hearted, acknowledging her thanks but not stopping their efforts to raise money. All right. We know you don't need it now, but we still need to collect some. What if you need it urgently and it's too late? Besides that, everyone continued to offer suggestions. Honey, leave now. Exactly. Don't wait. The longer you wait, the more variables there will be. No matter what, keep your family calm and don't let them find out you want to escape. Don't worry about the future. You can work part-time in college or apply for student loans. You must go to college, and it's best to cut ties with them. One by one, messages filled with the sisters' care and support scrolled up. I quickly typed my thoughts. How about this? Others can compile all the suggestions and prioritize them, making it easier for the user to know what's most important. As for the user, what you need to do is prepare according to our checklist. Most importantly, you need to maintain contact with everyone as much as possible. You absolutely must let us know how you're doing. Others chimed in. How about you give us an update every half hour so we can rest assured? Exactly. If anything unexpected happens, we can find out quickly and try to deal with it. Then, at the suggestion of the group members, the user posted a blurred image of her admission information and her approximate address. We also learned the user's name, Qing Yezi. She was from a minority ethnic group in the Qinghai region. I suggested creating a WhatsApp group to make it easier for others who wanted to help. I know everyone means well, and so do I. But who knows if there might be ill-intentioned people mixed in here. The scariest thing is if someone related to the user's family is here. That would be terrible. Others responded, offering even more effective suggestions. That makes sense. Even if everyone is well-intentioned, you can't just trust anyone casually. User, you can find a few reliable sisters first, exchange personal information and ID proof, and then hand over the group chat responsibilities to those sisters. Yes, honey, your most urgent task now is to deal with your family. Me, I'll go first. Sister, check my private message. I quickly sent a private message to the user as well. Chinyezi added me on WhatsApp, and after exchanging some reliable ID proofs, she pulled me into a WhatsApp group she had personally created. There were already 3 or 4 sisters she had verified in the group. After we handed over the admin rights to prevent the group from being discovered and disbanded by her parents, we continued to plan for the user. We created an online document and listed all the important notes for Chinyezi. The first item, get your ID card, copies of your family's ID cards, a copy of the household registration booklet, and your college entrance examination admission ticket. Keep them safe in a place your parents can't find them. A sister in the group quietly added, actually, can't she just take the household registration booklet? If she takes the household registration booklet, Yezi's family will definitely go after her, right? But even if she doesn't take it, her family won't be willing to let her go anyway. The group fell silent for a moment, then erupted in a small wave of excitement. How cruel, but I like this. Add this to the list. So, the first item was supplemented with a sentence, if conditions permit, take the household registration booklet. The second item, take all important personal belongings with distinctive features. Be prepared not to return to this home, including essential clothes, some commemorative items, etc. The third item, understand the registration process for the university you're going to in advance. This includes what to do if you don't have an acceptance letter, what financial aid policies are available and how to apply, what's needed for registration, and any precautions. As soon as this item was listed, some sisters were already taking action to help Chinyezi, using the university's name. They quickly found the school's online community and marketplace on various social media platforms and had already posted for help. We've posted, asking if anyone has received their acceptance letter yet. If so, could you please send me the contents? I'm a freshman in 2023, already admitted, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, I might not receive my acceptance letter before the start of classes. Please help me out. Classmates, there will be compensation. The group members praised this proactive sister. The fourth item, research daily train ticket information and be ready to leave at any time, regardless of whether the acceptance letter arrives. As long as the timing is right, leave immediately. The content prepared for the user was basically confirmed. All that remained was our plan. Yes, the group members were worried about Chinyezi leaving alone, especially if she was intercepted by her family halfway. In that case, we truly wouldn't be able to stop them and wouldn't even know where she was, unable to help at all. We simultaneously asked how much money she had available and arranged for people to help her at various feasible locations. Yezi, have you packed your things? How much savings do you have right now? We all tagged Chinyezi, but we never got a response. Her last message, when we asked her to prepare her documents, was going to pack now. Until now, she hadn't reappeared in the group. We finally realized a terrifying problem. The user was offline. 5 hours had passed since Chinyezi posted her first request for help. 2 hours had passed since she was last online. The good news was that in those 5 hours, kind people on the internet had prepared an escape plan for the user. The bad news was that 5 hours later, the user was offline. Panic immediately spread through the group. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Should we call the police for Yezi? No. What if the user is fine and we call the police? Wouldn't that alert her family? Right. We talked about this before. The police can only mediate in these kinds of domestic disputes. Is anyone near the user's home? The sisters in the group reported their locations one after another. The closest one was still in the same city as her but not in the same district. Everyone was worried about Chinyezi, but some continued to suggest feasible ideas. How about we wait for a while? If Yezi still doesn't respond after a certain time, we'll call the police. I still think calling the police should be our last resort, because once we do, Yezi and her family will truly be at odds. How about we plan for all possible scenarios? Yes, We've been focusing on how Yezi can escape by herself, but in reality, if she encounters any difficulties, she won't be able to leave alone. And as netizens, we can't help her through the internet. That's terrifying. Watching the comments in the group, I thought for a long time. From the very beginning, I wanted to go to Yezi's city to help her leave, but I alone might not be able to arrange a perfect plan. If it failed, alerting her family would lead to an uncontrollable situation. Not alerting her family had always been our principle for helping Yezi. After all, the objective limitation of being online strangers always existed. If her family forcefully detained her, we couldn't just barge in. But it had come to this point. Yezi could lose contact at any moment. If she truly encountered an inescapable predicament, it might be too late for us to go offline to help her. Thinking of this, I voiced my concerns in the group and offered my suggestion. Are there any sisters in the group who have ample time and convenient travel? We can go to Yezi's city first and find a place to stay in her area. Everyone responded enthusiastically. Good idea. If anything happens, the sisters there can react quickly. Me, I have time. It only takes me 2 hours to get there from my home. I'm also close. My husband also has time. I can take him with me. We can ensure there's at least one adult male in our group. Yezi's home is in the next district over from me. I can go ahead and find a place for everyone to stay. The last speaker was the sister in the same city as Yezi. Her nickname in the group was Yaya. Finally, we decided on a preliminary plan. Leave now and meet at the place Yaya found. Received. My home is only 2.5 hours away from Yezi's city by high-speed train. I quickly bought the nearest train ticket, packed my things, and boarded the train to that city. On the high-speed train, I received good news and bad news. The good news was that Qing Yezi was back online, and we re-established contact with her. The bad news was that Qing Yezi told us her parents had already found a husband for her. It was 3 p.m. Qing Yezi had posted her request for help at 9 a.m. 3 hours had passed since she was last online. Qing Yezi briefly told us what had happened in those 3 hours. It turned out her brother's acceptance letter had arrived today, and the tuition fee was over $10,000. Her family currently only had a few $1,000s in savings, so her parents were eager to marry her off. For a while now, Yezi's parents had been trying to arrange marriages for her, hoping to find a man who could offer a suitable dowry, but now, they were in urgent need of money. So they weren't picky about the man, with only one requirement: the higher the dowry, the better. They called me over and talked for a long time, saying things like, "It wasn't easy raising you for so many years. You can't be an ungrateful wretch. What's wrong with helping your brother? You're just a girl. What abilities will you have in the future? You won't find a family like this on your own. Don't be ungrateful." The most ridiculous thing is that my mom whispered to me, telling me this was the best she could pick for me. Qing Yezi said in the group. She said I'm also their child, and they don't want me to have a bad life. Don't look at this man as old. He knows how to cherish his wife. Understand? If she hadn't said that, I might have actually thought they still had a little affection for me. Everyone in the group was shocked. Some sisters even started swearing. This is truly suffocating, doing something to ruin you while saying it's for your own good. How dare they? Do they even deserve to be parents? I thought the patriarchal customs there were bad, but I didn't expect them to be this disgusting. No, what's wrong with your family? They know the child is going to college, but they only have a few thousand in savings? Right. A normal family would have at least tens of thousands, wouldn't they? Yezi replied to this. They enrolled my brother in a lot of tutoring centers in high school, which cost a lot of money. My dad doesn't have a stable job. They just live off my mom's salary. The group exploded again. That's ridiculous. She doesn't even make money. How can she be so arrogant in your house? Your mom and dad think alike, right? Both are disgusting. Sister, run. Our people are already on their way to meet you. But what Qing Yezi said next made everyone's hearts sink. Is there still a chance? That man is coming soon. The group fell silent again for a moment. There's still time. He's just coming. He's not taking you away yet. Everyone seemed to wake up. Sister, you must go to college. Right. You have such a broad future. You can't let it be ruined here. Don't panic. Don't rush. Our people will be there soon. We will definitely stand by you and help you. The group members frantically sent encouraging messages to Yezi, both to boost her spirits and their own. What's that man coming for? Qing Yezi replied. It seems like we're going to have dinner together, and then they'll discuss the dowry. What I overheard is that I'll either be taken away by that man directly or I'll be locked up by my parents until I'm taken away. Sister, you play along with them for now. As long as they don't imprison you, we'll have a chance to take you away. Yes, don't panic, just stay in contact. Then the question arose, how to stay in contact? We encountered another problem. Will a WhatsApp video call make noise and be overheard? Is that even possible? A thought flashed through my mind. Can we use Zoom? We can all mute our mics and only leave Yezi's on. How about we try it? We immediately created a Zoom meeting, muted all microphones, and had Yezi put on headphones. You can wear headphones so you can hear what's happening over there. If there's an emergency, we can also talk to Yezi. Will wearing headphones be discovered? If they're not obvious, you can wear them. Yezi can speak softly there. I'll let my hair down to cover the headphones. We all breathed a collective sigh of relief. Although no one spoke, everyone felt a little more at ease. This way, as long as her phone and headphones weren't discovered, we wouldn't lose contact with her. Even if we couldn't help her in person immediately, we could at least stay updated on her situation in real time. Next, we waited for Yezi's future husband to arrive. At 5 p.m., through the meeting, I clearly heard the environment on Yezi's end become noisy. Faintly, we heard two men's voices. Hey, Mr. Zhang is here. Come here. Yezi, come take a look. At the same time, we were frantically discussing in the group. What a rotten plant. Mr. Zhang is Yezi's arranged marriage partner, right? Her dad calls him brother. How can he bear to introduce him to his daughter? Don't be so disgusting. This isn't marrying her off. This is selling his daughter. On the other end of the phone, they continued to exchange pleasantries. I'll transfer the dowry money to your account in a few days. The man called Mr. Zhang seemed to be saying, look, this child is coming. Erbao, come say hello. This is your Uncle Zhang. Oh no, he's your brother-in-law from now on. A young man's voice mumbled, and we couldn't hear it clearly. Don't they feel disgusted by this awkward uncle to brother-in-law situation? This child also got into college and will be paying tuition soon. Haha, you're not being honest. You just think I'm too slow with the money, right? How about this? After tonight's business is done, I'll transfer the money. How's that? Ha ha ha, you're truly honest, Mr. Zhang. Soon, we heard the clatter of bowls and chopsticks from Yezi's side. They had started dinner. Then, we were all just fuming in the group, scrolling through messages, cursing them. Hearing what they said refreshed our perception of their moral compass again and again. What does that mean? Business done? Not what I think it is, right? That would be truly disgusting. Yezi, hello? We couldn't help but ask a sister to unmute and quietly warn Yezi to be careful. She was eating with those people and couldn't respond, and the danger wasn't over. We couldn't rest easy. Just then, good news appeared in the group. My husband and I have arrived. In 15 minutes, we'll meet up with Yaya. I snapped back to attention, realizing I would be getting off the train in 20 minutes. Based on the time the other sister and her husband would arrive, I would meet them in about half an hour. Just as we were about to meet, something unexpected happened on Yezi's side. From their conversation, it was clear they had finished dinner. Qin Yezi went to the kitchen to help her mother wash dishes but was called out by her brother. When her brother called her out, he whispered something in her ear. What's the use of scoring better than me? You still have to spread your legs to pave the way for me with money. The venomous tone pierced through the headphones, clearly reaching everyone's ears. We all shivered in unison. Then began a frantic bombardment of messages in the WhatsApp group. Oh my God, how could they raise such a malicious child? In a family like this, she must have had 8 lifetimes of bad luck. Before, I thought maybe they were forced, but now it seems this whole family doesn't treat this girl like a normal child, right? A normal family raising an older sister wouldn't instill such words in a younger brother. Wait, isn't what her brother said more important now? Does he know something? Is Qin Yezi in great danger right now? Everyone finally realized the more terrifying problem. I won't just stand by and watch this girl head towards such a fate. Where are you all now? People in the group started tagging those of us who had left to meet offline. It was at this moment that I, Yaya, and the other sister and her husband finally met. We just met. You all focus on Yezi's situation for now. We'll discuss here and leave as soon as possible. The other woman, who asked us to call her Haha, was a petite beauty, but her husband, Lele, was a regular at the gym, with a muscular physique. He rarely smiled, except at his wife, and otherwise looked quite intimidating. Yaya was a typical college student, and I was just an ordinary office worker. None of us were particularly remarkable, nor did we have any special abilities to directly handle this situation. We were just ordinary strangers who had connected online. Given that we didn't have an immediate action plan, we headed to the meeting point Yaya had found. It was an office coffee shop near Chinyesi's house, so close we could even see the windows of her building. As we walked, we suddenly heard a significant commotion through the headphones. First, the sound of a door being locked, then a lewd laugh from an older man, and a girl's alarmed cry, "Holy cow, hit him, honey!" In that critical moment, everyone agreed on a unified approach. We all unmuted our mics and yelled at Chinyezi, "Hit him! Look around for anything sharp, honey, this is self-defense, just go for it. We'll take you away tonight. Don't be afraid, prioritize protecting yourself." On the other end of the line, Chinyezi didn't speak, but her heavy breathing revealed her tension. After a rustling sound, a muffled groan from a man suddenly echoed, "You little bitch, you goddamn bastard, are you trying to kill me?" We heard the man cursing as he packed his clothes and slammed the door shut. "Yezi, pack your things first and get ready to escape. Hide your phone now, don't listen to us talking. It's even better if you can lock it away. Yes, don't lose contact. No matter what happens, try to stay calm. Don't confront them unless absolutely necessary." Outside, the man was still cursing Yezi's father. "I gave you so much money, and this is the kind of woman I get? Pfft, don't even talk about it. This marriage is off. Whoever wants to be in-laws with them can be." Another loud thud echoed. We held our breath. At this point, Chinyezi had listened to us and hidden her phone. We didn't know where she had hidden it, but we had just heard the sound of a lock, so she must have locked it in a cabinet. However, now we could only faintly hear some sounds, and the content was unclear. Slam, another door slammed. It must have been her father bursting in. Next, we heard 2 loud slaps. Our hearts instantly raced. What followed was a rapid succession of loud thuds. My friends and I exchanged glances, not daring to speak. Our hearts were filled with deep sympathy for Yezi. Word by word, we vaguely heard someone cursing her. Useless, shameless, worthless, bitch, slut, ungrateful wretch, interspersed with occasional sounds of beating. After what felt like an eternity, the commotion on the other end of the line finally stopped. "You're staying in here from now on. Don't even think about coming out until we find another family for you." The person's words were filled with intense anger and resonated clearly, even on our end. Whether he forgot to search for communication devices or searched and found nothing. The good news was that Chinyezi's phone had been saved, but the bad news was that Chinyezi was now imprisoned. Chinyezi reopened her phone and, the moment she came online, only sent one message in the group, "I'm currently fine. What should I do next?" Her resilience left us speechless for a moment. All of us had witnessed her most vulnerable moment and had carefully deliberated for a long time on how to comfort her, but unexpectedly, she was stronger than we had imagined. Hilarious. From the moment they sacrificed me for my brother, I knew they were no longer my parents. Sacrificing one to support another, this kind of thing happened a lot in the past, but they're different. They could work, borrow money, take out loans. They clearly had so many choices, but they chose to ruin my future for their own peace of mind. Why? Please, save me. Chinyezi had spoken to this extent, and everyone in the group felt a pang of sympathy. They comforted her with gentle words. "Don't worry, honey, we'll definitely get you out. Yes, sister, you have a promising future. We won't stand by and watch you head towards a terrible fate. It's okay, we're all here and will definitely help you. Sister, tell us about your current situation, such as how many people are in your family, their daily routines, how many floors your house has, and if there are any security measures. The 4 of us have already met up. We'll come up with a plan soon. Stay in contact with everyone at all times." Here, I, Yaya, haha, and Lele arrived at our meeting point, an office coffee shop near Chinyezi's house. It was incredibly close, so close we could even see the windows of Chinyezi's building. Based on all the information we currently had, we began to brainstorm solutions. Chinyezi definitely couldn't escape alone, and the methods we came up with couldn't involve the police. They had to be legal, something that would make them unwilling but unable to refuse. The 4 of us discussed offline. Call Yezi out using the acceptance letter. Doesn't the acceptance letter require personal signature? Her parents won't let her go to college, so why would they agree to let her pick up the acceptance letter? It still needs to be signed for, right? The postal service doesn't seem to allow substitute handling, but this method still requires waiting for the acceptance letter, and we can't wait any longer. Then make up a reason, like Yezi owes money and needs to come in person to pay it back. How about that? How could her dad be willing to let her pay it back? This isn't working. Lele gradually grew agitated. No, let's just break in. This is so frustrating. We can't just let the girl wait idly. How can a father be like this? Her house is so high up. Breaking a window would cause a huge commotion. Then target her brother? What do you mean? Her family spoils her brother so much. We can exchange them when her brother goes out. But that would be illegal, wouldn't it? Besides, we only have one male. The three of us girls might not be able to control her brother. We can have a friendly chat with him. It shouldn't be a big problem, right? But the power difference is indeed an issue. We can keep this method as a backup. They're already acting inhumanely. We don't need to be so polite with our methods. After much discussion, we only came up with these few ideas: posing as postal workers, using the excuse of Yezi owing money, and kidnapping her brother for an exchange when he goes out. Each method had its impracticalities, but with refinement, success wasn't impossible. It was still too limiting being online strangers. We didn't know much about the situation there, their family, and so on. We posted our discussion results in the group, and each suggestion was rejected due to high risk. The last one was even rejected by Qing Yezi herself, because she said her brother, who had been pampered for years, was bigger than a normal adult. She even showed us a photo of her family, and even if we didn't want to accept the fact, we had to admit that judging by her brother's physique, if it came down to a fight, he would probably be evenly matched with Lele, and none of us girls would be able to help at all. We might even hinder Lele, putting him at a disadvantage. Let's think again. It's do or die. That's how it is. We only have one chance, so it's best to be cautious. And you four also need to be careful about your own safety. After all, they're locals. If they really wanted to deal with you, it wouldn't be impossible. Our discussion on rescue methods once again reached a deadlock. It was already 9 p.m. We asked Qing Yezi to scout out the situation at home. Who knew that as soon as she walked to the door and touched the doorknob, her mother from outside shouted, "Don't even think of anything funny. We're all here watching you." Right, sis, I'd say you should just marry obediently. I'll go to school for you. What do you have to be unhappy about? Once again, we were disgusted by these people's true colors. What do we do? What do we do? Qing Yezi's emotions gradually spiraled out of control, and she began to show her panic in the group. We were also at a loss, unable to come up with a suitable method, so we could only comfort her for now. As it got later and later, we decided to wait a bit longer and then try each method one by one. We would start with the first few deceptive methods, and if that didn't work, we would resort to targeting her brother. Anyway, we would have to confront them eventually. Just as we made this decision and were about to implement the plan, an unexpected person spoke in the group. I have a plan. This friend who spoke had a very low presence in the group until now. This seemed to be his first time speaking, but I remembered him clearly because he was a member I had verified, and to my knowledge, one of the few male members in the group. Unlike Lele, who was pulled in by his wife, this friend had joined on his own initiative. In this girls help girls situation, his presence seemed strange but moving. His words immediately attracted everyone's attention. I can help you stall her father. The group erupted. Even Qing Yezi herself felt skeptical. Really? Why didn't you say you had this ability earlier? Don't be quick to blame. Let him speak first. Right. Why can you stall him? The person was silent for a long time before sending a message. Because I was a potential match her dad contacted. What? Is that what I understand? What the heck? The person explained. Well, it's like this. The matchmaker Yezi's dad found had contacted me before. It's just that my family couldn't offer as much dowry as that man, and I wasn't as eager to get married, so the matter fell through. I didn't know at first that the user I stumbled upon was Yezi. I just joined the group with the intention of helping in any way I could, and I didn't expect to have this connection with her. Other group members had mixed reactions, and some even started verbally attacking this friend. So you knew all along but kept quiet? Dude, you've been watching coldly for so long. Are you even a man? If you can't get married, you just take a dowry for a wife? This kind of thing thrives because of people like you. The friend didn't refute it and didn't even dare to say a word. I don't know what his mindset was, but allowing negative emotions to spread in the group wouldn't benefit us. So, I spoke a few words for him from an objective standpoint. Everyone, let's not argue about what kind of person he is. We don't care about that for now. The most important thing right now is that he can help us. That's the key. Besides, we don't know the specific situation. What if he just wanted to find a partner but was looking for someone younger? After all, he didn't know Yezi's family was like this. Even if he really made a mistake, the fact that he's stepping up now at least shows he's realized his error, right? That already surpasses 90% of men. Perhaps now we can give him this opportunity and let him make amends? After reading my message, some people calmed down and started messaging the friend, asking him to share his idea. He detailed his plan in the group. Everyone can wait one night. As soon as he said this, some people couldn't hold back and exploded. I and several other highly involved and influential sisters quickly stopped them, signaling them to calm down first. The friend continued, from what I've heard, Yezi's father got annoyed with the man he contacted before, so that path is closed. Then Yezi's father will definitely be eager to find another suitor. I can proactively contact them and try to arrange for Yezi to meet me tomorrow, and then everyone can just take Yezi and leave. We all fell silent for a moment after hearing this. It had to be said that this idea was the best solution so far, and possibly the best given the current situation. If executed well, we might even avoid a direct confrontation with Yezi's family. It would buy us half a day, but all of this depended on this friend's strong cooperation. I asked the question that concerned me most. Since the matchmaker Yezi's family found could contact you, it means that finding a partner is relatively important to you, and your family and Yezi's family have some connection. If you help Yezi and offend their family, and this gets out, it will have a bad impact on you, won't it? Others also thought of this issue and no longer just blamed him. They remained silent. He said, but if I don't do this, I'm doing evil, and I'll suffer consequences later, right? Anyway, I can't stand to watch. At least I've struggled with my conscience for this whole day. This matter was arranged by my parents before. They know that matchmaker, so it'll be relatively easy to convince them. But I've already thought about it. I was planning to move to another city with my family anyway. The house is almost sold. Don't worry about me for now. Helping the girl is what's important. They didn't tell me the girl just graduated high school either. His tone was relaxed. It seemed he had indeed deliberated for a long time and made what he believed was the right decision. Several sisters who had been verbally aggressive earlier also apologized to him. He didn't seem to mind much. Just said he would contact Yezi's father immediately. Waiting for my news. Now it was up to him. At 11 p.m., that netizen sent a message, telling us he had succeeded. Before that, Qing Yezi had been observing through the door, vaguely overhearing some things. And now, that netizen told us the details. I still had my parents help me with the contact. I didn't show up myself. This way, Yezi's parents shouldn't be too suspicious. My parents proposed that the two young people meet tomorrow morning, and then the two families have dinner together tomorrow evening, aiming to finalize things the day after tomorrow. Anyway, the pie has been drawn, so they agreed, but I don't know if they'll feel anything off, so we still need to be cautious tomorrow. I asked an additional question. If we take Yezi away tomorrow morning, will they come looking for your family tonight? You don't need to worry about that. My family is already packing. My parents will leave tonight. Someone else expressed confusion. Did you tell your parents the truth? No, I just said they might not understand me, but I told them I had my reasons. Luckily, they trust me more. Otherwise I would have had to come up with more excuses. The sisters in the group expressed their gratitude to his family, especially Qing Yezi, who had been continuously thanking everyone all day. That friend was also quite straightforward. It's fine. This is what any normal person would do. I've arranged for tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. You all finish preparing what you need and get some good rest tonight. My family is still packing, so I'll keep an eye out for everyone. If anything happens, I'll notify you immediately. Others also agreed. A few night owls, who had particularly late routines, became even more active, saying they would stay up with that friend to keep watch for everyone. The four of us found a hotel to rest in. Then, according to the estimated time, we bought train tickets for the next day. Just in case, we bought 2 extra tickets for different times and destinations. As long as Qing Yezi could escape this place first, everything else would be easy to arrange. Originally, everyone was worried that calling a taxi on short notice might be too late, so they wanted to rent a car, But the friend who was going to meet Yezi for the arranged date said he would drive to pick up Yezi tomorrow and take her to the train station. After meeting us, he would directly get on the highway and leave. This saved us a lot of trouble and avoided many potential risks, though it would inconvenience him. Finally, we arranged for Yaya and Haha to wait directly at the train station to pick up Yezi. Lele and I would follow that friend to pick up Chin Yezi. In case of an emergency, someone could help. However, the two of us would hide in an inconspicuous corner, as the plan for tomorrow was for the two of them to have a date alone. With everything arranged, it was time for this turbulent night. The next morning at 7:30 a.m., Lele, Haha's husband, and I emerged from our respective rooms. Since Haha usually woke up later, she wasn't scheduled to come. We arrived downstairs from Chin Yezi's house, and after hailing a taxi, it was almost 8 a.m. At this moment, the male friend contacted us online, informing us of his location. Before we could even find him, we spotted Chin Yezi first. She was carrying a medium-sized backpack, which must have been her packed luggage. She looked pretty much the same as in the photos she had sent us, easy to recognize. So, the man walking beside her must have been the friend. We watched them get into a car and followed them. Everything seemed to be going smoothly. Wait, do you see a car behind us? Lele's words made my heart skip a beat. I looked back, and sure enough, besides us, there was another car, appearing and disappearing, following the car in front. When they appeared, did you see anyone else? We both turned our heads to stare intently at the car behind us. I saw Yezi's brother. Damn it. I took a few more glances, but thankfully, it seemed to be just her brother alone. While we were talking, the car behind us was already catching up. Lele quickly notified Yezi in the group. Your brother is following us. The current situation was that our car was several dozen feet behind Yezi's car, while her brother's car was almost right behind us. We can block her brother's car. Yezi, your task now is to shake them off. Even shake us off too. We'll hold them back. Once Yezi gets to the station, Yaya, Lele, you two take her and leave. Don't wait for us. After sending the message, we watched the car in front disappear into the distance while slowly asking our driver to reduce speed. The car behind us, seeing us slow down, tried to change lanes, but every time he tried to change lanes, we would either slow down or change lanes with him, blocking him firmly. After several back and forth attempts, the car behind finally lost patience and honked repeatedly, signaling us to move. At this point, the car carrying Yezi had already disappeared from our sight. We gestured to the driver, and our car sped away, turning into a different from Yezi's car. Damn, they didn't follow us. Crap. Driver, hurry to the station. Under the driver's frantic driving, even though we took a detour, we arrived at the station almost at the same time as Yezi's brother, but he hadn't bought a ticket. We had Chin Yezi already enter the station. That boy had dropped her off with Yaya and then driven away. We rushed into the station ahead of Yezi's brother and ran to Yezi's side. I anxiously told her, check your clothes, check your belongings, take the important things and throw the rest away. What's going on? I suspected her family had planted a tracker on her. That's how her brother was so sure which way she would go. Listening to me, Chin Yezi frantically searched her body. She didn't find any foreign objects. However, in that time, her brother successfully bought a ticket and entered the station. I looked up and met his gaze. In an instant, he realized something was wrong. He sprinted towards us. Don't move. You're kidnapping. Everyone's attention was drawn to us. I pushed Lele. You stall him first. Block his line of sight. Try to make him follow me later. In the nick of time, I pulled out Chin Yezi's ID and handed it to Haha, took her bag and coat, and grabbed Yaya, running. I didn't forget to tell Haha, take Yezi to the restroom first. You two wait for the next train. I'll go with Yaya first. This was a risky plan. I had to bet that her brother wouldn't immediately know where Yezi had gone. I took Yaya through the ticket gate, boarded the train, and looked for our carriage. As we rode the escalator, I saw Yezi's brother enter the ticket gate for our train, and I finally breathed a sigh of relief. Next, I told Yaya to hide in the restroom and return at an appropriate time when the coast was clear. I, meanwhile, went to a seat and placed Yezi's bag on an empty seat nearby. Sure enough, Yezi's brother quickly found our carriage. He saw the bag next to me, snatched it, and yelled, "You human trafficker, where did you take my sister?" Everyone's eyes were drawn to us again, but this time they were all looking at me. I remained calm. Excuse me, I don't know you. And I don't know who this sister you're talking about is. You're full of it. This is my sister's bag. You shouldn't say that. This is my sister's bag. You're just looking at it and saying it's your sister's. What's your proof? He roughly dumped the contents of the bag onto the floor. I have a tracker, so I know this is my sister's. Besides, her ID must be in here. Don't deny it. His voice suddenly stopped. All the contents of the bag had been emptied, and there were only 2 or 3 pieces of clothing. No ID as he claimed. I fiercely snatched the bag back. Are you sick? How can you just go through someone else's things? And what's this about a tracker? That's illegal. You know that? Conductor, come here. The conductor came over as called. She checked our tickets and found that his seat was not in this carriage. She apologized to me while politely telling Yezi's brother to return to his own carriage. He was still being difficult. Damn it, don't pull this trick on me. Where's your sister? Let me see where your sister is. Is anything wrong? Just then, Yaya appeared. Wait, sis, why are my things so messy? Seeing Yaya's face, Yezi's brother immediately stopped. Yaya played along perfectly, continuing to scold him. The conductor also kept trying to persuade him while politely trying to guide him back to his own carriage. After Yaya cursed him for a few more sentences, he seemed to finally snap back to reality. He cursed and then panicked, wanting to get off the train. Let me off. I have an emergency. The conductor was still politely trying to persuade him. Excuse me, sir, the train has already started moving. Please come this way and return to your seat. Listening to their voices fade into the distance, Yaya and I exchanged glances, knowing we had succeeded. 20 minutes later, Haha and Lele took Chinyezi and boarded the next train. Half an hour later, our train arrived at the next stop. Yaya and I saw Yezi's brother frantically get off the train from afar, but by then, Yezi had already left that city. At 2 p.m., Yezi and the other 2 got off the train and met up with us. Only a day and a few hours had passed since the first help request was posted on social media. Chinyezi had successfully escaped. We took her to the university she had been accepted into. Even without an acceptance letter and before the school year officially started, she managed to get admitted by seeking help from various sources and reporting her situation to the school. At 5 p.m., Chinyezi successfully entered the university. The semester wouldn't start for another 2 weeks, so Chinyezi could only stay in the hotel built within the school. We paid for her 2-week stay and left her a considerable amount of living expenses. When she refused, I just told her, it's okay, just stay here for these 2 weeks. The school facilities are so comprehensive that you barely need to leave campus. Don't rush to find a job and earn money right now. Just lay low for a while. Only then did she nod heavily. We also exchanged contact information, telling her to contact us if anything unexpected happened. She posted another simple message online. Her IP address had changed. The comments section erupted in cheers and encouragement. Many kind sisters still asked for her address to offer help. We emphasized to her multiple times, if you're short on money, just tell us, even if you have to write an IOU. But whatever you do, don't reveal your current information online, especially for the time being. She nodded frantically while quietly crying. Finally, she stayed at the school, and we returned to our respective cities. This escape plan had a successful ending. The girl escaped from that dark future, crossed thousands of miles, and finally chased her light. After Chinyezi started school, we met again. It wasn't us who initiated it, but because Chinyezi's family had caused a scene at her school, she called us to tell us about it. Her tone wasn't as panicked as I had imagined. After all these events, she had matured a lot. She said, let them make a fuss. Without me, didn't their son still go to school? I just have one request. When she said this, Yezi seemed slightly embarrassed. Can you all come home with me? She explained. It's good that they're causing a scene at the school right now, so I won't run into them if I go home. I don't really want to go back to that house. I just want to go back to transfer my household registration. Yes, I didn't expect her to actually follow my suggestion and take the entire family's household registration booklet. Haha, Lele. And I drove her back to that city and completed the household registration transfer procedures. Before leaving, she left the new household registration booklet, which didn't include her, under the doormat of her former home. This time, she had completely severed ties with them. On the way back, everyone felt lighter. I don't know what topic we discussed, but Chinyezi was moved to tears again. She asked us why we helped her. Haha and Lele said they hadn't really thought about it until now. Looking back, they realized they had done something incredibly amazing. I told them, because by helping you, I helped my past self, because I was once a girl who couldn't escape, and it took me a very long time to heal from the pain I suffered back then. I couldn't just stand by and watch another girl repeat the same mistakes, but this isn't a sad thing. After all of us now have promising futures. The atmosphere in the car was quiet for a moment, then quickly became lively again. Before parting, Chinyezi promised us she would pay back the money as soon as possible. We didn't refuse, but we told her not to put too much pressure on herself. We don't lack this amount, so you can pay us back slowly. Finally, we agreed that she would call us when she had money, and she would also tell us if she encountered any difficulties. We could also share good news and bad news with her. So, sometimes I look forward to her calls, and sometimes I worry that she's calling because she's encountered difficulties. But no matter what, she has crossed the biggest hurdle in her life. Things will get better.